Welcome to Qatar. Welcome to the final race of the second season. George Russell guaranteed third. We're guaranteed third. There's one question remaining. Ilott, he's 3 points behind Latifi. Can he overtake him in this race? Fingers crossed he can. We've done practice. We've managed to get a couple of decent setups for both drivers. Now let's push on and let's hope we can have ourselves a very good qualifying. We're going to send Ilott out first this time, so he'll get a lap in and hopefully start to show exactly what he's capable of. We need a good weekend. I think it's 8th or higher for Ilott is required, and last weekend he completely failed in that, so 8th or higher. Good qualifying will obviously aid him in that if he can have it. Qatar, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were quite strong around Qatar last season. I could be wrong on that, don't hold me to it. But this race last season, I think we had a good race. I think we may have had a podium. And that is Ilott now ready to go onto his lap, and we will quickly send out our George. I think they might end up stumbling over each other a little bit here, which might mean I've made a little bit of a boo-boo, because Ilott's going to be going a lot quicker than George will be around this lap at the moment, unless it ends up that George is going to give Ilott a bit of a tow, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Struggling to get his needle in the green, if I'm honest. There we go. Right, let's have a look. What can Ilott produce? So as Ilott crosses the line, he produces a 147.8. Russell. He's going. What can he do on his first lap? He's a 10th and a half down after sector 1. So he's probably not going to be competing with the Alpha Tauris here. He's 2.5 tenths down after sector 2. 6 tenths down now, sorry. As McLaughlin's putting a massive lap for Ferrari. Ilott's down in 12th, jeez. And Russell puts himself 9th. Not the best opening gambits from us, that. Really isn't the best. So we're going to wait till about 4 minutes. We're going to go now. Ilott, let's go. Very rarely recently have we ever done a faster lap on our second run, which is annoying. We need the likes of Ilott and Russell to really push it. Really, I'd happily sacrifice Russell in this race, considering he's guaranteed third, to basically get Ilott them 3 points he needs to be better than Latifi. I would sacrifice George to make that happen. So there goes Ilott on his lap, and here comes George on his. Ilott is actually getting cut off by that Alpine. That is not going to help Ilott. He's coming into traffic, and Ilott will not improve, I don't think. Apparently he has gone green in sector 1, but I can't see him going green for the rest of the track with 2 cars ahead of him and him having to pass George. So we may have accidentally screwed him a little bit. There you go, he's slow in sector 2. We have screwed Ilott's lap up there. I should have waited, I didn't. That is bad from me. But George now has got that Alpine ahead of him. So Ilott doesn't improve, he will qualify in 14th. George, with that Alpine in front of him, is slower anyway in sector 1, and he passes the Alpine. It would take something massive here. He's gone green in sector 2, so he's gone faster in sector 2 when he's passed the Alpine. Can he have a decent last sector? He can, and he moves up to 7th. Ilott though, down in 15th. That 3 points right now feels a mile away. It feels an absolute mile away, and I don't know whether we're going to be able to do it. If I'm honest, I do not know if we're going to be able to get Ilott them 3 points. So that will be interesting, to say the least. In the end, Verstappen on pole. Mercedes, not as quick as anyone would have thought. Especially when you got like Bottas back in 11th. Absolutely shocking. And as we come to race day, we've now got to come up with a strategy, and we're gonna go slightly different for Ilott because we've got a 15th on the grid. We cannot afford to basically just go with as is, you know, as everyone else, because we're not going to catch him in that way. And to be fair, it's I don't know why I'm checking. It's obviously going to be sunny. There's 28 laps, only 28 laps in this race. So we're just going to have a look. He's going to change his tyre strategy, that is for sure. 9, 11. Realistically, we could just go hard to soft. I think we are going to go hard tyres for Ilott, that is for sure. He'll go on hards. Russell will be on softs. I think that's a smart way for us to start this race. I want to just make sure we get the knowledge in now. So he can have hard knowledge, and so can Russell. And let's get down to race day. So your grid for the final race of the season is Max Verstappen on pole, Ricciardo second, McLaughlin third, Hamilton fourth. On the third row we've got Charles Leclerc in fifth and Pierre Gasly in sixth. Russell starts seventh alongside Yuki Tsunoda in eighth. Fernando Alonso starts ninth while Esteban Ocon starts 10th. On the sixth row, Valtteri Bottas with a horrendous qualifying in 11th and Nico Hülkenberg 12th. Sergio Perez starts 13th and Guan Yu Zhou will start 14th. Callum Ilott in a disappointing qualifying starts 15th and Felipe Drugovich starts 16th. Lando Norris will start 17th alongside Sebastian Vettel in 18th. Antonio Giovinazzi starts 19th and Kimi Räikkönen alongside his teammates in 20th. Big starts here. We've got our strategy. Russell, could he go high? I don't think we could even sacrifice Russell in this situation now because of where Ilott is. I don't think we can even sacrifice Russell, who's up to 5th. Fantastic start to the race from George. He's right up behind Lewis Hamilton. He's going to try and go around the outside. He was forced wide and he couldn't quite, but he's going to go down the inside and he dips. No, Hamilton's going to go down the inside himself. For a second it looked like he was going to be 4th. Instead he's 6th as Alonso goes past him. McLaughlin, I think that is. Or was that Leclerc? That's Leclerc who's got past Russell there. And Ilott has had a very good start to this race. He's up in 12th, so he's gained 3 places. Russell's now just going backwards a little bit. Russell is just falling backwards. And we may sacrifice him here because Ilott has gone through. Ilott through. And now Ilott will use ERS, will he, to get through? He will. But he's not going to get much further than that. In fact, Russell... No, he's not. He is going to get through on him. And Russell now will use ERS as a way to battle with him. Russell's out! Russell's out! There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. George Russell completely bins it. Probably because I put ERS on, to be fair. But Callum Ilott is our sole driver in this race. And currently, he sits in 9th. And we need these hard tyres to work well for him. And he's looking to get past Bottas side by side. Bottas will outbrake Ilott to keep 8th place. Literally, that is the place we need with Callum Ilott to ensure he beats. Nicholas Latifi. This strategy that we've got, it is going to be a one-stop strategy for Callum Ilott in this Williams car. And right now, we've just got to wait for his tyres to burn out and keep using his ERS as and when we can. George Russell, we literally saw it. Just completely locking up, going straight into the wall. Thankfully, I think he's okay. And right now, Ilott gained a position from it. Well, he didn't actually. George Russell would have with that ERS got past him. So in reality, Ilott did gain a position. And he's right behind Bottas here as Alonso is basically backing Bottas into Ilott. Can Ilott make a move? Can he make it stick? As he saves up, we're going to use that as we come around here now. There we go, ERS. Let's go. That should pull us away a little bit from the Aston Martin behind of Hülkenberg. and George Russell's, I don't want to say George Russell, he's sat in 20th. Callum Ilott, just waiting now, literally waiting for the right time to pit, and obviously it's nowhere near yet for us, so we'll just keep driving, and then we've got to decide whether to go on softs or mediums. So we are going to speed this up a little bit because we seem to be in a little bit of a point in this race where we're kind of battling, but we're not. And we don't really need that at the moment. And that Aston Martin is seemingly gaining on us a little bit. We'll slow back down, see where we are. So we are still ahead. We're up into 8th, but that's because the team's pitting. Drugovic's pit, and there's someone who's pit. It's Alonso. Alonso's gone. Has he gone medium? Found Alonso, which would suggest he's pitted again. And there we go. We're going to see Hulkenberg get past Callum Ilott now. So that is a move that's happened. He's used his tyres a bit more than Ilott though, as Hulkenberg. He's definitely used his tyres a bit more. And on lap 9, we're now seeing some of these other cars catching, which is not what we want to see. So like Perez and Vettel certainly are catching up with us a little bit. We're going to put the engine on to high, try and combat these cars behind a little bit, and maybe even look to catch up to Hulkenberg and possibly look for a pass for Ilott. Whether we'll actually get that pass, I don't know. We're right behind him now. And we're... Oh, there's a move. Who's that on? That's Hamilton. No, it don't matter. Hamilton will get back past. That's for sure. And there we go. Hamilton hasn't gone yet. He still hasn't gone. We actually forced him wide. Ilott forced him wide. And now Ilott is just trying to find a way past Hulkenberg if it's possible. No, it's going to be Hamilton to get past, I think. Down the inside here, yes. And around the outside, no, he hasn't quite. And Ilott is just trying to find a way through, but he's getting backed into Perez with all this battling. Backed into Perez, backed into Alonso, and Hamilton cannot get past Hulkenberg. Yeah, he's really struggling to find a way past Hulkenberg here. And Ilott is now right up behind Hamilton again. He's going to look... Oh, I thought he was going to try and hang it around the outside for a second there. Backed out of it. Probably the right call. And Callum Ilott is currently in 8th place. This is where we need to be. Obviously, we're pitting again. I presume Alonso will be pitting again. Perez will probably be pitting very soon. He's pitting this lap, in fact. So he is pitting very soon. So in goes Perez, which unleashes us into 6th. And we're just going to try and utilise these tyres as long as we can. I think we're going to mediums. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to go. Mediums. And ultimately, we've just got to hold on to these tyres for as long as we can. And try and stay ahead of Vettel. Which isn't going to be easy, granted. Now, Lewis Hamilton's hopes of winning this Grand Prix are out the window because he couldn't get past Hulkenberg. And Vettel is trying everything to get past Ilott here. But we're just going to race our race. That's what we're doing. We're racing our race. And we want to try and get these tyres to a point where I can go onto medium tyres and be comfortable that we're going to reach the end. Right now, Hulkenberg's actually pulled away a little bit from Lewis. Just like Lewis has pulled away from us. And we're just looking at those tyres. Is there another lap in them? No, there's not another lap in them, I don't think. So we are going to try and now take these tyres, these medium tyres, to the end of the Grand Prix. So in he comes. In comes Ilott to pit. And as he comes out, he is behind Perez, but we do have ERS to get back past. And we are back past. And now there's another car in front. Who's this? It's Drugovic, who will be pitting again. And Perez, who's now on hard tyres and probably going to the end of the Grand Prix. But we are on faster tyres. Does this mean we can then look to pull away maybe from Perez? I'd like to think so. We're up to 11th. There's definitely a few cars up the road who are going to be pitting. Vettel's one of them. And right now, we need to push, and we need to push hard. And then later on, look to save the tyres and get them home. That's the thing, so we need to get a gap between us and Perez. We need to get a gap between us and Perez. Vettel, there he is. He's pit. Vettel has indeed pit, and he will come out behind us. The undercut has worked, and if they want to battle, that will benefit us immensely. We're up to 10th. I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking Alonso will probably pit again. Bottas will probably pit again, which will put us into 8th, which is where we need to be. So we don't want to be looking and basically wasting tyres here if we don't need to. So we're going to speed it up. I think we're going to end up with Vettel coming right back up behind us, and that's an issue. So as we start it here, the gap is about a second, just over. He's going to have them extra tyres at the end. That's inevitable. Alonso has pit again. Pardon me. So we'll now use ERS through this windy section to try and open that gap up again a little bit. We just need to get to the end on these set of tyres and hope that it's enough. Bottas in front will pit again. Ricciardo's pit, but he's going to come out in 4th. So any one of those pitting isn't really an issue. I think Hamilton will probably pit again, but I think he's got enough of a gap to maybe not have to worry about it. That's for sure. I think he's got enough of a gap so he doesn't really need to worry. And right now, I'm just waiting for that Bottas pit to come in, which shouldn't be too long. Realistically, it shouldn't be too long. And that would put us into the 8th place that we need. And he's pitting this lap. He's pitting this lap as Vettel starts to close up. So Vettel is what will stop Ilott from either matching or beating Latifi. Can't remember if 8th is 4 or 3 points. But either way, Vettel is going to play a massive part in all of this. And we are, there we go, we're up to 8th. And Yuki Tsunoda on hard tyres. Are we going to have to make a pass on track? That's also a possibility. We're going to put the engine mode up because this Aston Martin is getting way too close for my liking. So put the engine mode up, put conserve on. In fact, when I put the engine mode up, I'm going to put it on to overtake just to try and get away from him a little bit. This is huge for Ilott's season now. For Ilott's season, whether he beats Latifi or not, this is where we find out. And I don't think he will. Vettel just seems to have pace on him. Pace for days. He pitted a lap later. And that means he's going to have better tyres. And he is. And he's just looking for that gap now. And that gap is there. And it's, oh, it's through. Vettel through. Therefore, we'll put him back on medium. I can't see Ilott be in a position ever to really get this place back now. That Aston Martin seems just so quick compared to us. 33%, a couple of laps remaining. I think it might get worse yet, to be fair, because we've got Alonso coming up behind us who's looking quick as well. Yeah, I know you've got one tyres, mate, don't worry. Penultimate lap. Bit of ERS. Can he on the... Whoa, hang on. He's up to 8th. Someone's pit. Who's pit? I think it's Leclerc. I think it's Leclerc, but Leclerc's right behind. Oh, no. Right. What do I do? His tyres are pretty shoddy. I think we go back to overtake mode on the engine. Oh, he's actually battling with Vettel as well. So if we could find a way past Sebastian, that would be grand. Oh, Leclerc's through. The hope, the dream was there, but it's gone now. Leclerc's gone wide. Leclerc's gone wide. Come on. Just be safe, Ilott. That's all you've got to be now, is safe around these last few corners. Just hold it together. Don't let Alonso pass. Do not. You're either going to match Latifi or beat him. I don't know which. But whatever. Do not let Fernando Alonso pass. He's going to have ERS, isn't he, Alonso? He is. But Ilott gets safe. Ilott gets safe. Charles Leclerc locked up and went wide on the final lap. The first corner of the final lap. And it allowed Ilott back through. And that means he's picked up, I think, 3 or 4 points. I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll find out momentarily. What a dramatic way to end the season. Oh, it doesn't even tell you here. It doesn't even tell us here. Yeah, fine. I know we haven't broken the rules. It's fine. 8th. 4! He's beat Latifi! Look at that! He's beat him. They both had, well, I think Ilott may have had maybe one more race or one less. Someone's had one more, someone's had one less. That I do know. But Callum Ilott has beaten by a point. And considering he'd never raced an F1 before, that's pretty goddamn good. Happy days. George Russell obviously finishes 3rd as was expected. Didn't finish the race after crashing out. Williams, yep, 3rd. Wow. We've got a big summer ahead. We've got to try and improve on 3rd. We've got to catch up to Red Bull and to Mercedes and try and beat them. And that ain't going to be easy. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm very much up for the challenge. And that is why Schumacher's legacy is going to be put onto the back burner for now. I'm going to be focusing on this save. Because we're getting near the end. That Schumacher's legacy is very much a long-term save. And when this one's done, that will come back. But for now, we're going to focus on this Williams one. I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we are getting there. 51 million to spend in the summer. Plus whatever we get for finishing 3rd. This is going to be a very good summer, I feel. We've got to push the car, make it as good as possible. Push the drivers, make them as good as possible. If you're enjoying it, if you're looking forward to Season 3, please do drop this video a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.